It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and...
What a dismal way to wake. In the belly of the beast. Let's see if I can grope my way out. Bones are so boring. Without flesh, there's no memories to be had. An animal pen. How utterly charming.
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully.
Fresh meat. Bah. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too.
Here, you're more animal than me.
With 2 shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away.
Get your dirty little...
Oh, lucky find.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Suit yourself. But we're all in the...
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps.
Oh, wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy elf? Choose your words.
The Magister considers you shrub.
You're honest, I'll give you that. I should have known there'd be trouble.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
Go ahead and ignore me. But you should know it's not just my freedom at stake. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A gentlewoman among jesters. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed. Go on, pull the lever.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on you.
Ah, I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my...
I'm fading! What would he have to gain by killing me? I need to keep my guard up. Oh, lucky find. No key? No problem. Under lock and key. And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
why you're...
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manor. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your...
My, look at the concentration on your face. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. For your own peace of mind, of course. Is he? Oh, well. Some problems simply...
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting...
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Why? Because we're...
Index fingers pressed to her lips.
My word. You do seem a bit... Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good...
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do, really.
Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away. It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
A young magister stands... Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man. Small ones this time. We'll find out who did it.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a...
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep there. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Be good, you scallywags.
Oh, lucky find.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred eyes.
Watch your back, youth.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug,
Pinches less that way, right?
hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general...
We used to know each other, more
Standing far back from Ifan. Ifan grins, flashing.
same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested part... No. The dead man. Finn, is it?
He glances over at Magister...
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't the Joy. I've heard a lot. Nothing good. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Not interested in the son of the Divine himself.
What are you conspiring about over there?
Oh, don't mind him.
Name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you.
Ifan performs an...
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd. Your kind always hung closest to our Divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
I spent... Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on...
Well, well.
What have we here?
The lizard looks you up and down. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Goodness gracious me, what a bore. The acceptable distance for you to keep from me.
A broad dwarf sits totally... He raises an eye.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
He turns his head toward...
You look like a... Listen, if you're interested. Or get the ship.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter...
And? Then you're not listening hard enough, mate. Go on. There now, just like that.
Squeeze!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his...
There! You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Burn my beard. That means... if we've been travelling for... Yes! Only 10 points... No indeed, Ghetto.
The dwarf leans back from the table.
That'll be all. Thank ye kindly, Ghetto.
He continues stroking his...
Bloody dwarves. I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here. Name? The Divine Order wants to know. Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy.
Hey, did you see the body? They ought to let you taste a bit. Maybe you'd find out who done it.
Classify this slop as food. I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous... He reaches out and... He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious.
I am not as brittle as all that, young lady. Oh dear. You have my apologies. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Ah, yes. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, it is pleasurable to meet. Is there? Certainly not in your books. I have been... It is simultaneously too deep. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Most unusual. And if it's not... No. I want to know about... This text tells me that they created... Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their... Of course you don't have it. Now please, run along.
No amount of pestering will get...
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care
Hey, would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
The young woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers herself and nods...
Who indeed? Why, my name is...
The children break out.
I say, it is...
Her pinched face cracks.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe...
She turns to you, dark-eyed.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. You take care, though. Nope. Trying not to find anything...
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unknown... As quickly as they came, the cloud...
Good luck, Chief.
I'm not suited for this. Haven't got any shoes, have you?
This slop as food.
I'm busy watching for clues.
Things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Under lock and key.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right.
Here's the register, man. You faring okay so far? Course I do. Seems void, you'll see. You head on in now.
Got this trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most fat. Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Well, you seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most foul, and I strongly suspect you know all about it.
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer Hort.
So you admit it then?
Yes, I did. But of course that...
She turns her head.
There are others whose lives...
Good God! You there, sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan! We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as...
She reaches for her collar and simply...
I'm just about to...
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts sauce...
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precise.
What's happened?
Oh! What? Water?
The lizard's eyes... The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor. You hear a faint thud. The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel it. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. She reaches a hand toward the memories end. You are no longer fit. The Magister lies on the floor.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way. Not long before this thing snaps.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose, and the dog notices you for the first time and snuffs. It sneezes suddenly.
Can't smell. Can't breathe, please. Make it stop.
The dog whines.
That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through.
No, no, no! What damn... It catches fire, it turns into must when wet.
The skeleton looks up.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks...
Yes, yes. Spend your last few minutes... No wonder you ridiculous creatures keep dying. Please, I was no more an elf. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her... Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as I would say good day.
The skeleton shrugs cat.
need to get off this wreck, and quick. By the gods. Great gods!
The marking on the door was painted. You press your palm against the door. It doesn't budge. The door groans open.
Something's breaking through. What in the hells are those things? I need to get out of here. Now!
Thank the gods!
He eyes the collar.
Another sword!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Like you don't know?
He whispers loudly.
Don't just cower there, Rix!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. The Magisters look to each other, then back to you.
Your lies...
lifeboat. That means there's still a chance.
Shut your trap, kid.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes.
Said there were other people down there.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a ladder right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a wait. Void woken.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
They who are about to triumph see you. I'm ready.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
I've faced worse.
Prepare yourself.
They smell even worse dead than alive. Let's head above decks for some air.
We make a pretty good team.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
I hear something.
Had to open you.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem them. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched blood, quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and it's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of something within the ship. Snaps. The floorboard shuts. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly.
Gods. It's ripping the ship apart.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
I've danced with death before, but that was a particularly intimate waltz. I suppose I'm the lone survivor. How jolly. Junk. Brachus Rex, ruler to some, tyrant to others, long dead to all.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you.
I'm not supposed to talk to elves. Pa told me elves and lizards and dwarfs bring bad guys. Void guys. That's right, I guess I'm a sorcerer too.
The child screws up his face.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess that no one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's not. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safe. You'll see. I guess I am.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore. I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Magister Jalen from the ship. I would have chosen a swifter death for him myself.
Look here, Quercus. Another giant. My word, this blasted isle is...
What's that? Yes, I did see how it made short work of the great acorn servants.
But that is no reason to trust it.
Giants like that destroyed our forest. What? Dear me, have you taken leave of... Oh, I see. You cunning We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be...
Egad! It speaks our tongue, Quercus! Hush before...
What do you mean a good time for introductions? You know full well... Oh,
No.
we will have the giant... Now, onwards! Shield! Our shield speaks, Quercus! Prick up! Dear me! What? Speak! Shield! What? A giant body, but no... Surely, even the tall folk know that Rivellon was bare before the great acorn. Beautiful and perfect until the They carved the Irwood up and the forests. But someday, the great acorn will fall again. Oh, Quercus, it wants answers. What tree did the great acorn fall from? Where did that tree come from? Some questions have no answers. Quercus, the great acorn will come. It will destroy the world, and squirrels will reign supreme.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer.
Yes, I imagine you do. Chances are I wouldn't have survived the You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the making. Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound...
He sighs,
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon. What do you mean? What do I mean? I'm me.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? Oh, may the Seven have mercy on their own... I am the Red Prince. The Of course you know.
There's a brief moment's pause.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact the grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry, for the this and that tag along. On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's Fine. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? So, now that's... Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from... As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Wizardry is embedded in my nature as deeply as the instincts to breathe and drink and mate. The dominion over fire suits me best, truth be told, but there is no school of magic I cannot master. Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't... Of course, there are other forms of protocol.
black cat. Beauteous creature. Almost as graceful.
The cat's eyes are
What? How did I get... Huh? Yeah...
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he... The cat's eyes are...
Our shield speaks, Quercus. Ask away, shield. Indeed, Quercus.
Hey, lady. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shop.
We already know the truth, Magister. Now speak.
What's this? I found something. I wonder where this leads.
As the alcove opens up, he's leaning over a corpse.
Bugger. How on earth?
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's...
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder... Does the... Ah! No! Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Why, it's face, of course. What a face that seems... I would normally employ... I could then craft a mask to hide my...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheek.
Because my own was stolen from me. And the eye... Oh! Get away! You are simple beasts. So, if I am to traverse this land, simply put, I am... Indeed, no one seems to have the... At least from this realm. As for the others... Well, there is an excavation... A cult? Hardly. I could ask you to imagine and we studied the mysteries of the but I will find them. Wherever they are. Well, that hardly seems several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. Ah, well, that is the curious thing. Every one of your races resembles them in some manner. Perhaps my people have ascended to some new realm. Or perhaps your gods. Regardless, they are not here. But I will find them. I suppose. So you seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly... Excellent. While we are conversing, of course the arcane arts are my little speciality. But being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, someone with a little muscle. Really? I am adept as any in the fine art of hitting people with sticks. But what exactly are you looking for? I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Splendid. Very well.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. The child quiets and seems
There are monsters here. Lizard ones and real ones. Master was a lizard. She sent us. It's their fault I'll never see Ma and Pa again. Parents are the best.
Her eyes lock with yours. The child doesn't lift her head from...
Where is she? You go with us. Who are you? Are you from the shelter? She says nothing of another. Fire, alas! She is so late!
She leans forward and smiles.
Beautiful news, dear one. But you hear from Magister Atusa, then? She is due here hours ago, and we hear nothing. She says there is a shelter in the marshes outside the fort. She says she brings us there first. She knows a safe path. We wait for It is wiser than waiting here. But please, you must tell us what you find. Atusa is our last hope to... Atusa is different. She does not believe in this place, in their... She hides now. Maybe I am the only elf with a human child.